Recently, I was going to be out of town for a few days, and I asked a friend of mine if he would watch my house and take care of my dog while I was away. He was agreeable, so I had him come over and I showed him what he needed to do, and I showed him where I walk my dog. So we were walking my little dog around my neighborhood, and my friend, he's a school teacher of approximately my same age and bearing, only he's black in the same way that I'm white. And so we're walking around my neighborhood, and we walk past numerous houses that have signs advertising the presence of guns and the occupants' willingness to use them, the presence of dogs, of God. We walk past houses where there are recordings that say, "You are currently being recorded." We walk past lights and the motion sensor lights go on in their driveways. And we're walking around and I'm seeing his discomfort and realizing that I'm actually asking quite a lot of him, as well as the fact that he's prospectively going to be seen entering my house at all hours of the night. And I realized it was really asking a lot, and that there were certain calculations he had to make in this situation with potentially deadly consequences. So I had somebody else do it. And then another time, I had someone coming over. An artist friend of mine was coming over for a studio visit. And he had only been to my house once before, so he wasn't positive which house was mine. He was pretty sure, but apparently he couldn't reach me on the phone for some reason. But he thought about just going up and knocking on the door, and then decided it was too risky, and passed on it. So that's just two examples of instances where grown men, middle-aged men, men who maybe don't have good knees and can't even run, have to think about what are the chances of getting shot by some crazy homeowner, or have the police called on them by some nosy neighbor. You know, and this sort of thing can happen to a Harvard professor. So, you know, those are the kinds of calculations that some of our fellow citizens have to make in their daily lives. And they have to think about these things when they're driving, or when they're in a particular neighborhood, or doing a particular activity. And that's just a fact of life for them, for these fellow citizens of ours. And some people don't care about that. Some people think it's they're exaggerating, or they're just trying to make trouble, or, you know, they're imagining things, they're paranoid. Which is an interesting thing to think, because what you're saying is that these grown men are not capable of accurately assessing and understanding their life circumstances, including their degree of risk in any given situation. You and I, we can do that, but apparently they can't. They're confused or something. So, just some small observations about daily life here in America. Thanks for listening.